it's Shelby, and today you're gonna join us on a very long weekend full of homeowner tasks. Some that are fun, some that are not so fun. I'm gonna have Madison tell you guys some of the things that we're gonna get up to today because she agreed to helping me do the intro, even though she's now in here, not where I need her to be, but she's gonna tell you guys what we're gonna get up to.
Why are you talking trash?
I'm not talking trash.
What's up, all you cool cat and kittens? So some of the projects that we're going to be working on today are: 1, we're going to be installing our solar panel for our camera on the side of our house. 2, we're going to be taking our plastic recycling. Shelby's been collecting it for about a year. And 3, we are going to be trying to remove some of the rust off of our garage door outside with a little natural formula that we read off the internet. And then tomorrow, we're making a garden.
Yeah. So that's why I said some of the things that we have to do are fun and some of them are not so fun. So today we're gonna do most of the not so fun things, and I feel like building the garden is the fun part. So that'll be tomorrow. We have a long weekend ahead of us. I think some of you guys are subscribed to my secret email newsletter, which is where I kind of shared what's been going on in our lives a little bit. So if you missed that, I'm sorry. But if you missed it, you should definitely go down to the link in the description and subscribe to my newsletter where I send out secret videos where I talk a little bit more about, you know, things I don't really talk about on here. Anyway, we're getting a really late start to today. We had a very slow morning, which is really good. We love that. But because we've been out of town for personal reasons, like I said, for so long, we've put a lot of these things on the back burner and we just like really need to get them done this weekend. So we'll hop into that in just a second. But I do want to give a big thank you to Care of for sponsoring this video. If you guys didn't know, I have actually included Care of in an anti-haul before because I used to think that their packaging was wasteful, but they actually package all of their stuff now in compostable or recyclable materials. We're going to talk about that in just a second, but they're also giving you guys 50% off of your first order for partnering with me on this video. So I'm gonna go grab mine because before we get started, I should definitely make sure I take those and tell you a little bit more about them. Okay, so I keep my Care of box in my pantry just because it's, I mean, actually this is a pretty cute box, but it's just like the nicest place because I like my countertops to be completely clean. So basically what Care of is it's a service where you can go online and you take a really quick 5-minute survey. You're gonna tell them what your concerns are or aren't, and then they're gonna customize these little vitamin packs to exactly what you need. So I talked recently about ever since the whole pandemic lockdown situation has happened, my energy levels, my stress levels, and my sleep have all been pretty heavily impacted. And my therapist actually recommended 2 different vitamins for me to take. Rhodiola, I don't know how to say any of these, and the other one's weird too, which ashwagandha. But those 2 things are really supposed to help with stress, which being stressed obviously makes it to where it's hard for you to sleep, which obviously results in you having less energy. Story of my life over the last few months. But what's really cool is those vitamins that my therapist recommended for me is actually what Care of recommended for me when I took the survey too. So all you have to do is get these little packets. They come in this little box, like I said. All the other packaging that Care of sends is recyclable, and then the little packets here are compostable, which I believe it says, yeah, right there at the bottom. So yeah, it's super easy. You're not taking vitamins that are not, you know, perfectly suited to you, and they customize it with your name on it, which is just so cute. Care of has little pages on their site for all of the vitamins and all of the research behind them, so you can definitely check that out if you want. But I think if you are an environmentally conscious person, this is probably the best way you can get vitamins. So like I said, they are giving us 50% off with the link in the description, and I think there's a code. I'll put it on the screen for you. But yeah, that's it. Thank you so much to Care for sponsoring this video. If you guys want to check them out, make sure you do so. I'm gonna take these and then we're gonna get on to doing all the projects this weekend. Madison made me lunch. How sweet. So we've got, is that Annie's mac and cheese?
Yep.
And what is this, by Morningstar? Some new Morningstar thing. What's the flavor called?
Gucci chain.
Gucci Chang. And then our friend Bailey, she's probably watching this. She watches this channel. I feel like I refer to her a lot, but she was a subscriber turned friend. And whenever we went through some really personal stuff, a lot of you guys know what I'm talking about, but I haven't talked about it here on this channel. And she was really sweet and brought Madison over some food that she made for her, and she made a really good salad with this homemade Caesar dressing. It's vegan, Bailey's vegan, and yeah, this has been really good. So then I put that on, or Madison put that in my lunch. And then Madison's also drinking this, which we got from Imperfect Foods this week. I think this was due to some coating issue, but this is like the Pride, is it Dr. Who's this brand? I forget.
It should say it on there, does it not?
It's not. Oh, Brew Doctor. I wanted to say Dr. Brew, but same thing. Anyway, so this is their Pride Kombucha of the month. So cool. And then after lunch, time to put up the solar panel for our outdoor camera. So catch up with you guys then. Lunch is over. Now we're gonna head outside to put up the solar panel for the, oh, what do you call it? The security camera. And this guy knows what me walking to the back door means. What is it? What is it? Can you show them how you asked to go outside? What does this do? Oh, it's so hard. Where can you go? Just a second. Anyway, I was gonna show you. So the backyard is not grass. A lot of people, I think a lot of you know that lawns are not necessarily the most sustainable things because most grass in Texas is invasive, number one. So the species that are used to using grass as their home, we basically rip up that native stuff and then plant aesthetically pleasing grass. Obviously we didn't do that, but in our front yard it is grass, and also lawns can be really water intensive. We don't water our yard, the front or the backyard, it just is what it is. But the backyard is a clover yard, which is the more sustainable choice. We didn't plant it, it just came like that. But the clovers attract a lot more mosquitoes than anything we've ever seen.
This is true.
Yeah, like it's really bad. We bought 2 citronella plants last year, hoping they would help. They did absolutely nothing. And then we asked our pest control company if they would spray for mosquitoes. And number one, I don't know what they would use. And number two, it was really expensive. So if you guys know of anything that's like a hack for mosquitoes in your backyard, let me know. Because for right now, we're just using this anti-bug spray by Badger. I think I've talked about this before. I got it on Earth Hero. I'm just about to put it on before we go out there because I don't want to get eaten alive. Okay, you ready? He's ready. Don't mind our neighbor's backyard. She's having a new fence put up randomly. So we can basically like see all the way into her yard right now. It's actually kind of nice. It makes the backyard look a lot more open, but it won't stay like that. So we have security cameras all around the house just for anybody who ever thinks they should fuck with us. I can see every corner of this house, so don't fuck with me. But this is one of them, and this is the one that we need to put the solar panel on. Almost done putting the solar panel up, but my jar of rubber bands that we save and like twist ties is coming in handy once again to secure that. Oh God. Yeah, I save all the like twist ties and rubber bands we get from veggies and things like that, and they seem to come in handy quite often. You never know what they'll be used for. Random things like this, but keep things so you can reuse them, huh?
Done?
All done? Here, take them up there so they can see it.
We have our beautiful twist tie rubber band combo assembly, and then we have our solar panel.
Next project is to get the rust off of our garage door. So I'll insert some clips right now of what it looks like. But basically, because our water softener is so close to our garage door, the salt sometimes, I think before we fixed it, our water softener was broken for a while. Then we fixed it. But I think before we fixed it, the salt was getting on the door and it's metal, so it rusted. And I'm always an advocate for at least giving a try to the like more zero waste or natural way of doing anything, obviously, like around the house. But I'm gonna tell you that if this doesn't work out, we are definitely gonna go buy whatever it takes to stop the door from rusting, because if you don't take care of rust, it'll just continue to like eat it and eat and eat and eat. And you know what's a lot more wasteful than just buying like some sort of can of rust remover? Replacing an entire garage door. So we're gonna give this a try, see if it works out. But if not, we're not gonna be too pressed to have to try something more, what's the word, harsh. And also, I can show you guys this. We just got, I was talking about it on my Instagram story, but this is a juicer that we got from Earth Hero, and it's made by a small like company that they hand make these in Mexico, and it's made from recycled aluminum. And we didn't have a juicer at all before, so we decided to pick this one up. And we used it the other day when we were cooking, and it worked pretty well, huh? Mm-hmm. So Madison's gonna juice some lemons. Do you know what the recipe is? I don't even know what the recipe is. This is all her doing.
We're just gonna do 1-to-1 ratio.
Is that what it said to do?
No.
What?
It just said to mix them together.
That usually probably means like even parts, right?
There you go.
I'm sure there's other recipes online if you want to look it up, by the way.
Maybe I'll do that. Let's see.
Okay. The reaction between these two things is pretty cool because this is how I clean our sink with these two ingredients, and it fizzes up when you put it in there. You think you're supposed to put it in there first, or like, I guess you wouldn't be able to make a paste otherwise, huh?
Oh yeah! It's not a paste yet. Still not a paste. Do we just stir it? Mm-hmm. Yum.
Oh God. Oh God.
Ooh, we're getting pasty.
Oh yeah.
You know it's done when... That's what they say about cooking, I don't know.
Now I can take you outside to show you what we're working on, because I noticed this, what, like 3 weeks ago or so?
About a month ago.
And like I said, we've been gone, so we didn't get around to it. And it's funny because Madison didn't notice it at all until I said something. So she didn't even notice it until I said something. And then all of a sudden after I called her out, she's like, it's growing every single day. It's getting bigger. We have to do something immediately. But like I said, we've been gone, so we hadn't gotten around to it. So this is like where the water softener is, right inside here. And so you can see it's rusting down here. And it has consistently gotten worse since I noticed it. We're probably gonna have to lift this up a little bit so we can get underneath it, but that's what we're working on. Yeah, you can actually, it looks a lot worse from inside here. So if I block this light, yeah, outside it looks like that's where I noticed it, but inside here it looks a lot worse. So you can see like, that's the door, this is the water softener, and like when we first got it, it was broken, it had issues. So I think that's when this started happening, and it just grew. So we really need to take, you know, control of this situation.
Check the vacuum. I'm just trying to like clean this before I put it in there. The hand vacuum.
Okay, vacuuming is done, check. I went and got gloves because I didn't think Madison was gonna be able to find a paintbrush. And then she did, so she's going to paint the paste on. Also, it's hot as fuck out here, check.
We're just gonna lightly... Oh, this brush is fucking hard.
I think it has something on it.
Maybe it ain't really moving.
Wait, like push it on so the bristles break apart. It's like something's on it already. Yeah. And then break them apart, it'll be better.
Oh yeah, look at that paste.
Okay.
I don't think anything's happening. Uh-oh.
It definitely is working better here because you can see improvement.
How this was, the lighter color seems to be an example of attainable. This might be a little too far gone. Although it is making like somewhat of a dent.
Like, so she's saying, guys, like inside here on the other side where you know it looks worse, probably this recipe is not gonna work that well. But obviously for here where it wasn't that bad, so if you catch it earlier, it will work. But this part where it's like worse, yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to get all of it off. Hey guys, it is day 2 of doing home improvement projects, and it is time for the fun home improvement project. We have some materials outside to start the raised garden bed, and I don't think I talked about this in the beginning of this video, why we chose to do a raised garden bed when we actually have a yard. And that's mostly because we planted a garden earlier this year, well, like a month ago, and nothing sprouted. And I think it's because our dirt here is very what is the word? Packed with rocks. So the people who own this house before us, they put rocks all around the yard in attempts to keep weeds out. It doesn't work. It just makes it really hard to plant a garden because we still have weeds and plenty of them. So we decided we've had success with raised garden beds before at our community garden. So we're just gonna build one for ourselves and do our best. And this project has made me start to realize that if we are gonna grow a garden, I should start my own compost. And I'm not gonna say that I'm for sure gonna do that. But if we're going to maintain a garden, it would probably be good to have our own compost. So that is something that is on my mind and I am thinking of. But today we're going to start planting all the goodies. So join me. In case you guys ask, this shirt is very old. Oh my God, I'm exposing myself. I got this shirt from ThredUp last year. They did like a run of printed secondhand clothing. So in case anybody asks, I don't think they're selling them anymore, but I got it on ThredUp, so check them. I'll link them in the description if you want to check it out. We have a lot of work to do. We did not wake up early and get started so that it could be cool. We waited until the evening, so it's a little bit cooler outside, so let's get to work. You ready to go? Okay, go ahead. She can't open the door like that, baby. One quick little tip I wanted to put in here for you guys is that whenever you're looking to do something like this with wood, definitely try to find some on like Craigslist or Facebook, things like that. This wood that we built the bed out of, we've actually had for a very long time since we lived in Austin, from when we used to work on the van. We got it from this guy who works in construction because there is so much lumber waste in construction, so always reuse first. Okay, update, the box is done behind me. How exciting! I do want to say, you guys, this is not like a DIY tutorial. Will you come over here? Madison's checking me out because of my top I showed y'all earlier. Anyway, I don't like to take credit when something is not my idea and do a DIY tutorial of how to do it, usually without pointing you to someone else for like the real information, because obviously my thing is not building garden beds. So I'm gonna link the video we used as the tutorial for this below if you want to know about it. We're about to get started filling it with the soil. So this was the best option that I found. It's organic, it's family owned and locally made. Obviously these are plastic bags, but you know, like I said, I'm thinking about starting in compost after this whole experience. But for now, this is the best thing. We're gonna use a bunch of these, fill the bed, yeah?
Yeah, sounds good.
I almost forgot to do this. I put down the first bag of soil and then remembered that you need to cover it in cardboard. This is going to help keep bugs out, kill the weeds, and also like help weeds from growing into your grass. I learned that. I used to be part of a drought tolerant lawn conversion team for AmeriCorps in California. So Madison's going to flatten out that soil so that we can put the cardboard out. Know where we get our food from, Thrive Market and Imperfect Produce. And that's a wrap for today. We built the bed, we filled it with soil. I'm gonna let it settle overnight. Preferably you would let it sit until the first rain so that it beats the soil down. You can refill the soil and then plant. But I don't know if it's gonna rain for sure this week and I don't wanna wait. So I'll check in with you tomorrow after everything is planted. Although mostly we're planting seeds and you're not gonna be able to tell that we planted anything. But I'll show you it in all of its glory tomorrow in full sunlight. So I'm gonna go take a shower because I'm nasty, and I'll see you tomorrow for the last check-in before this is uploaded on Wednesday. Alrighty guys, so that is it for this day in the life vlog. Our garden is planted back there. I almost forgot to put the last little clip in after we just planted 2 tomato plants. Everything else we're gonna grow from seed, but my mom swears to me up and down that her mom and her mom's mom always had best of luck with tomatoes when they plant them as plants. So as an homage to my mom, I have planted the tomato plants by plant. So that's what those 2 are down there. They're cherry tomatoes. Those are our favorite. Other things I plan to plant are cucumbers, peppers I think also, and then we do have a lot of extra bags of mulch, or not mulch, soil. So I think what I'm also gonna do is, I did plant loofahs already. I've talked about it before. Like I said, everything we planted already never sprouted, so I'm gonna do it again. But instead of doing just another raised bed, I think over here in this little portion, if you can see, there's like an open space right there. I'm just gonna put some of the soil down and plant the loofahs into that, because my goal is to build like a cascading thing over this kind of like boo-boo porch thing that we have. So that's my goal for over there. And then we set that up. That's where we planted other stuff before. Like, see, we like kind of barricaded it off. So we have enough soil to also put some there. And then I think we'll plant some more things there, but that's a lot more shaded. Like, it's the afternoon right now, and it's about, I think, like 5 o'clock right now. You can see this is still getting sun, and that's really not. So that's why we moved this over here. I don't know what really can be planted over there since it is so shady, but I'm gonna do that. And then another project I plan on doing this upcoming weekend is, if you guys remember when we installed the rainwater barrel, it has like a little planter on top where you can plant things. The mint completely took over, which we don't need that much mint in our lives, like literally ever. So I think I am gonna plant some like arugula up there, maybe like butter lettuce. I think I have seeds for. I got a bunch of seeds from like a local woman, and so that is coming up as well. So just let me know if you guys like these videos enough for me to keep making garden updates. Me and Madison used to make garden updates every single weekend over on our old vlog channel before some things in our personal life kind of were happening, and now that has stopped, and so we're getting back into gardening. Hopefully I'll get back into either vlogging on that channel or vlogging more about that stuff over on this channel. But either way, please let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check out today's sponsor, which is Care of, with their compostable packet vitamins. Love them so much. You can get 50% off with code Shelby50. And remember, until next time, you cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that you can do. Even if you can't plant your entire raised bed garden, you could grow maybe a couple herbs. I'm gonna start trying to throw in little tips like that at the end of the videos for you guys. Okay, talk to you later.